Just about every NFL win total has the juices moved, but the total itself hasn't from the openers, with one notable exception. That's the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys have seen under money, significant under money from their original win total of 10.5. Now the prevailing number for Dallas, over under 10 wins, and that's juiced to the under at many books. Let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys in 2024. I'm Teddy Covers for WagerTalk.com, doing all 32 NFL previews here in July. We do them early so that you guys get the info in advance of the markets, and that's why we do them now. There's everyone's jonesing for football content in July. I am too. That's why I put these all together for you guys so you have them early. And of course, my NFL season win report already posted at WagerTalk.com. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. So it's been 28 years since the Dallas Cowboys last played in an NFC championship game. They've had 12 wins in the regular season each of the last 3 seasons. So 36 wins over the last 3 years and one playoff win to show for that outstanding regular season success. This past offseason, there are issues for Dallas. No question. They had salary cap woes, big salary cap woes. They lost 5 starters to free agency, only picked up one linebacker, Eric Kendricks, a 32-year-old. He's not exactly an impact player at this stage of his career. And what's really interesting about Dallas is what they didn't do. All right, they didn't re-sign Mike McCarthy. He's in the last year of his contract. They didn't re-sign Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott led the NFL in touchdown passes last year, was number 2 in MVP voting. Backup Trey Lance, backup Cooper Rush, they're not re-signed for next year either. And that's 2 guys, developmental QBs. I don't mind that backup quarterback situation. But their entire quarterback room, their head coach, nobody signed after this year. So if things go south for Dallas, we could see the entire situation implode. So, again, Prescott led the NFL in touchdowns, passes last year, number 2 in MVP voting. They re-signed Zeke Elliott. His running backs are a non-factor. That being said, he had 3.5 yards a carry last year. Zeke Elliott's pretty washed at this stage of his career. At receiver, look, you like CeeDee Lamb. He's a stud. Brandon Cooks is a stud. Jake Ferguson looks good. Decent depth. That being said, CeeDee Lamb has skipped voluntary workouts, and he's trying to negotiate a new contract with a team that doesn't have any space to give him a new contract. So I can picture that scenario not working out beautifully for Cowboys fans. The big issue is on the offensive line, where they lost 2 more starters to free agency. Look, they still have Tyson Smith. They still have Zach Martin, elite. But they could be starting 2 rookies and Terrence Steele with the other 3 spots. That's not necessarily the elite Dallas offensive line that we've seen in recent seasons. And of course, this team only had 16 giveaways last year. Number 2 in the NFL. They were plus 10 in turnovers, tied for 5th in the NFL. When you average less than 1 giveaway a game, hard to do that 2 years in a row. Especially when your QB was number 2 in MVP voting, hasn't been re-signed. How much better can Dak Prescott actually play? Let's talk about the Cowboys defense. Just a minute. First, I teased the win report. I'm going to let you guys know. Look, 100 wins, 50 losses, 3 pushes over the lifetime of the report. I started doing them in 2001, and now it's 2024. It's been successful. 67% long-term. 16-4, 80% with the big ticket plays. This year's report, as of right now, has 5 plays, including 1 5% big ticket selection. You can get $20 off that season win report right now. Just use promo code REPORT20. And if you get that report, you get discounts for the season package, all that kind of stuff. Check it out, wt.buzz/TC. That'll take you to my page, or just visit wagertalk.com. Take advantage. Again, REPORT20 at checkout. I'll get you $20 off the 2024 NFL season win report. And of course, if you like this early NFL betting content, do me one solid. That's all I ask. Click, give me a like. If you want to comment, that's great. And I'll be back throughout the summer months to answer comments, reply to questions, etc., etc. The click makes all the difference. Thank you. All right. On the defensive side of the football, new defense coordinator Mike Zimmer. And look, Dan Quinn, we don't necessarily love him as a head coach. He was a good DC in Dallas. And certainly a team that created a whole lot of problems for opposing offenses last year. Mike Zimmer is a DC that I like. Former Bengals coach. He was back to a 4-3 defense this year. Look, They have Micah Parsons, who is as impactful a defensive player as it gets. 3 years in the NFL, top three finishes in Defensive Player of the Year. But can they stop the run? That's a question. The defensive tackles, not a strong unit. Dexter Lawrence, DeMarcus Lawrence, I should say, on the other side from Parsons, it can put pressure on opposing QB. But I've got concerns about their run defense. Now, Trevon Diggs tore his ACL in practice after 2 games last year. He should be healthy in the secondary. Deron Bland had 5 interceptions returned for touchdowns last year. That's an NFL record. He's not going to do that again. But on paper, the secondary looks all right. And of course, from a scheduling standpoint, NFC East teams play AFC North, a tough division, NFC South, a relatively weak division. The 3 extra games for Dallas, none of them are easy. Detroit, at San Francisco, and Houston. As an NFC team, they do get 9 home games this year as opposed to 8 on the highway. And of course, the league, they love to feature the Dallas Cowboys. 2 Sunday night games, 2 Monday night games are on Thanksgiving. In fact, they have only 4 1 o'clock Eastern times starts all year. So Dallas is going to be on TV a lot. Only 1 home game between things. Baltimore at home, not an easy game, on September 22nd, and Philly at home on November 10th. So I don't know the schedule particularly friendly for Dallas. I'm concerned about the ongoing contract situations, both for the quarterback, the receiver, the head coach. Dallas has been really good, all right? 12 wins each of the last 3 years. They're only lined at 10 this year. I think that's for a reason. I would not be surprised at all to see the Dallas Cowboys take. And again, we're not talking about a huge step back, but Dallas goes 9-8. You don't cash over bets with the Cowboys like you have each of the last 3 years. And that's what I look at Dallas. I look at Dallas as a 500 level team in 2024. Not a team that I'm excited about putting my money on. Certainly not out of the get-go. And of course, when we think about teams with head coaches that don't have expiring contracts, and quarterbacks on expiring contracts, if things go right, all these guys are going to get rich and the chemistry will be there. But if you ask me, here in July, that to me is a very dicey situation for the Dallas Cowboys. Not a team that I'm looking to bet over their win total in 2024. It's under or pass for this better when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. We appreciate the likes. We appreciate the follows. We appreciate the comments very much at wagertalk.com. And if you want more team previews, again, all 32 NFL teams, I'm getting them done right here, right now, early July, and that's because the win report's done, all the work is done. Why sit here with this info? Let's share it. So I'm doing my best to share as much as I can with you guys right now. Be sure to click on one of the other videos on the playlist right there on your screen from the Wager Talk YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Best of luck, and stay tuned for another NFL preview